Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Travlin Prof. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of week number 2 in this Russian Word of the Day video series. Today's review is going to be a little bit different than last week's. We're not going to go all the way down to the kuchnia. You should remember that word from week number 1. Instead, we're just going to sit here at my desk, and you can see a little bit more of my desk because I've set out some things that you would normally use when you're working on learning these words. So I'm going to go ahead and start heating some water. You might hear a little bit of noise in the background as that heats up. But in the meantime, let's talk about some of these words. You'll remember that when you go to a Eastern European country, you will have tea a lot. What is the word for tea?
Чай. Чай.
Now, although tea is probably more common in Eastern Europe and in Ukraine, I'm more of a coffee drinker myself. And so for today's video, I have some Black Rifle coffee. It was given to me by a friend. Shout out to Matt. Looking forward to trying it as we make the coffee the way I've drunk it most of the time when visiting my fiance in Ukraine. So, what is the word for coffee?
Кофе. Кофе.
Our next word is knife. I was racking my brain trying to figure out what I could do to include knife in this lesson. You can hear the tea kettle warming up now. But I didn't come up with anything. What is the word for knife?
Нож. Нож.
And as the coffee water starts to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and use my ложка to measure out the correct amount of coffee for this size cup. Now, I'm not going to make a huge cup of this for this video, but what we do is we just take however much coffee you want, put it into the bottom of your cup, like so. You're just making this for 1 cup. It's kind of hard to reach all the way down in there. See if I can get out a good spoonful. There we go. Alright, that'll probably do for right now. So, I've put my coffee into the chashka with my ложка. Go ahead and fold this back up here. The water is done, so we will combine that in there in just a second. Thanks again, Matt. I'm really looking forward to trying this. If you happen to like coffee or tea, comment down below and tell us which is your favorite. But make sure you do so in Russian. Chai или кофе? And I threw in that extra word there, or, just for fun. There are 2 more words that we discussed. Sugar and milk. Milk didn't really work into this video physically, so go ahead and try to remember what the word is for milk.
Молоко. Молоко.
My coffee is just about done here. We'll stir it up with my ложка again. And the idea is to wait for all the grounds to settle to the bottom of the cup. Maybe you don't like drinking coffee just plain black. I know several people like that. I prefer it black. But if you don't like your coffee black, you probably want to put sugar in it. So if you wanted to ask someone for sugar using Russian, what would that word be?
Сахар. Сахар.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming back and watching this week 2 review of Russian Word of the Day. I'm getting ready to drink my coffee here, and I hope you can go find yourself a good cup of tea or coffee, chai, кофе, whichever one is your favorite. We'll see you again tomorrow with a new word of the day, but until then, get curious and start digging. Well, I made a little mistake in clearing away all of my display for the review video. After I finished and I was editing everything together, I realized that I had left off one very important word, the first meal of the day. Now, this video is being released at 6 o'clock in the morning, and most likely no one watching it, if you're watching it at 6, the moment it's released, has had breakfast yet. As you're on your way down to breakfast, go ahead and try to remember the word in Russian.
Завтрак. Завтрак.
It's actually really good.